What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking in with me. I do appreciate it. Still trying to grow the channel, so I appreciate all the support, comments. Continue to like and share. They say it helps the algorithm or YouTube or take notice or whatever. Everybody says something. I don't know if anybody really know. It's kind of like winning the lottery. Everybody say somebody wins, say, "Well, I did this, I did that, I did this." Still, y'all know how that go. But I try to follow people say it worked. Let's see if it worked. So continue to like and share, and I appreciate it. My quick tip for the day is try not to take people for granted. Life is short. Just remember that. Life is short. Try to evaluate everything between does it really matter in life? If it don't really matter, don't let it matter, and try not to take people for granted. You got strong people in your life, people that support you. Let them know. Let them know now, because they could be gone tomorrow. With that being said, and I'm saying this, I'm saying this lightly, so don't take it as strong. But with that being said, ladies, women of the future, y'all gonna be in bad shape when it comes to men, particularly the single women or a man that may not be around, helping you all in situations where they normally would help. Y'all gonna be in bad shape. There was, I believe, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, reel of a young lady that was talking about she pulled over to put air in her tire, and there was dudes there that one was putting air in his tire, the other one held the hose so it wouldn't scratch against the paint of the vehicle. They helped each other out. But when she got air, no, they didn't offer to help. And her question was, is chivalry dead? And I can understand, you're a young lady, you out there, you kneel down, you're bending over, you're trying to put air in your tire. You may not be aware of how the machine work, or why air keeps coming out even though you got it on the nozzle. Different things. At that time, you may want the help and assistance of a man that kind of know what they're doing. They don't mind, generally men don't mind getting their hands dirty, so on and so forth. And that's why I say that, ladies, you all are in bad shape. And to answer the question, is chivalry dead? I would say not completely, but I would say it's dying. I would also add to that, though, that the reason that it's dying is not just because men no longer care. It's not just because of that. So it is passing. It is fading. It is dying. But the perception would be that men are just not men anymore and no longer want to help out. That's partly true. But the other side of that is that one bad apple does have the potential to spoil the whole bunch. And even on her reel of her question, when she told her story, if you were to go to the comment section or any reel that you see talking about that subject by a lady, go to the comment section, and between the first three comments that you see, and probably after that, 80% of all the comments will all say the same thing. I thought you all said you did not need a man. That's why I'm saying it's not only because men are not quote unquote men anymore, but women, especially with the assistance of social media, has made it very clear we do not need a man for anything except to get our rocks off. And if we had to, we can do it. And listen to the facetiousness. I'm a professor, so every once in a while I gotta throw out a nice word. Listen to the facetiousness, the audacity of what some of the ladies are saying. We don't need a man. If we did need a man, we only need him for one thing. Listen to this. And truth be known, we don't even need him for that. We can do it ourselves much better anyway. Now, I know that the majority of women who just heard what I said, that watches my channel, I know that the majority of women that watch my channel will raise their hand and say, Professor X, I don't feel that way. I want a man. I desire a man. I don't want to have to change my own tire. I don't want to have to put air in my own car. Truth be known, I don't want to have to pump my own gas. I know, I would say 95% at least of the women that watch my channel feel, for the most part, they would like a man around to help out. I I believe that. But remember, one bad apple has the potential to spoil the whole bunch. So as time is moving forward, and it is true that men are no longer taking the initiative to help, because that's what chivalry really is when it boils down to it. You know, coming from the knightly code from back in the day with the knights and the squires and the dukes and all of that. You know, the behavior, the keenness to want to help the weak, the keenness to want to help the poor, the idea to want to help women. That was part of their code. And we're living in a day now where it seems like men don't necessarily want to. Well, if you don't have men teaching men that are growing up that this is something that needs to be, I learned it because I seen my dad do it. My dad never said this is what you're supposed to do for a woman, but I seen my dad pull over. I seen my dad pull over and help men change their tires so that they could get the job done quickly, let alone a woman. So I seen that firsthand. So I just adapted that. And in the nature, I think, it's in a man to want to help somebody that's in need, and particularly a woman that's in need. But if that's not taught and people are changing and society is changing, and then on top of that, women are saying, I don't need a man, then if somebody is having to pump their own gas or put air in their own tire or change their tire, then men are gonna remember these women are saying. These women are saying they don't need us. So therefore, when you get into a position or a situation where now you feel like you want somebody to help you, we're not going to help you. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you that spirit is going to get released out. Men are not going to be willing to help when there are other women. And I have seen that. I have seen, even when, and I would say this too, even the attitude of women when you do decide to help them, they oftentimes can be very ungrateful. Remember, but look at it from a situation where the knight or the prince shows up and slays the dragon in whatever situation that may be, symbolically. Change the tire, put air in it, put gas in it. He's killing the dragon, right? Okay. Well, when that happens, the princess or the damsel in distress normally show gratitude towards the one that did it. Now, I'm not talking about giving him your phone number or doing something crazy. I'm not talking about that. But just a high level of appreciation that shows I was in major need and you came to my rescue and helped me in this type of a situation. Now, I have seen firsthand that do not happen that much. You might get a quick thank you as they rolling up the window and driving off, And somebody might say, well, what else do you need? But again, if we're going by chivalry, which is I'm helping someone in need, I'm helping out a lady, I'm destroying the dragon for her that was going to take her out, there should be a little more appreciation. You know what? Thank you so much. You really helped me out. I'm able to get to work. Man, whatever. I ain't had to call my husband to come do this. You saved me 2 hours. I would have been late. This, that, blah, blah, blah. And really show appreciation. Then men will be willing to do it more. But in the day and time that we live in, there's very little appreciation shown, very little effort given, and then on top of that, women are saying we don't need a man except for one thing. That's not gonna be what men need to actually want to step up, do the right thing. And as the days go forward, it's gonna get worse, worse, and worse. That's why I said, ladies, you all in trouble. That generation of man is dying out. And when the new generation of man that's coming, it ain't all the way here yet, but it's coming. Hopefully, I'll be under, because I don't really want to be around to see it. But it's coming, where the new generation of men in the future will already be more feminine anyway, because of certain things that has been pushed and allowed, and we ignored until it blow up in our face. Then we're gonna say, "Oh, that's why." Okay. Yeah, so there's a generation of men that's coming anyway, and the more and more you move away from masculine men, then the more and more women are gonna see that men are just not what they used to be. So is chivalry dead? It is dying, but men are not the ones necessarily responsible for taking it out. It's the generation of men, and it's the stuff that's coming out of these women's mouths that's going to make it very difficult for a man to actually want to step up and do anything. I told y'all the story before. Just holding the door open for a woman, they don't even want to say thank you. Let alone you go over there and you're not necessarily doing it for a thank you, but again, it's if you're gonna somebody's gonna slay the dragon for you. I'm just telling you, show appreciation. That's all I can say. If somebody holds the door, if somebody pumps your gas, if somebody puts air in your tire, if somebody pulls over and help you change your tire, if somebody just pull over and sit with you till the tow truck come, so as a woman you don't have to feel uncomfortable on the side of the interstate, whatever it may be, show appreciation. That's all I can say. Y'all got it? Good.